I'm so excited today. Hi, I'm Connie Koch, and welcome to my sewing studio. My sewing machine won't be coming out today. For the project I'll be sharing, I did use my sewing machine. As you will notice, I have an image that I stamped out with just normal regular stamps I've had laying around. I stitched over the top of that image, and from there is where you'll get to have fun with me, and we'll get to color with watercolor pencils using fabric medium and a wonderful little brush, and we will end up with one amazing painted masterpiece that you'll be able to use in whatever project you so choose. Thanks for joining me. Okay, what you see here is my stamped image that I actually stitched over the top of it. So this is actually a rubber stamp, and then I stamped it onto the linen fabric, and then I stitched all over the top of it with black thread. And now the fun part begins. We get to color. So I chose, and I'm going to start with her tail, and I chose some metallic coloring pencils, and I'm going to be doing green, pink, and blue. I want them to kind of flow together. So the technique I'm going to use in my coloring with this particular one is I'm going to, hang on, I think I want them in these order, green, blue, and pink. Here we go, green, blue, and pink. So I'm going to start at the top in a swirly motion, just kind of doing little circles. I'm not going up and down. You'll see me do that with her body skin as well as her hair, but for this I just kind of want to go in a swirl motion. Okay, now when I go to the next blue, if you notice, I'm actually going a little over the top of it. This helps blend the colors really nicely together later when you're adding the fabric medium. And I'm doing my pink. As you can tell, I blended it right in there. Okay, so then I'm just going to start right back over again. I'm going to just kind of keep going with the green, hopefully you can see this, blue, and if you notice, I'm going right over. Now, I got through the tail scales, and I think what I plan on doing for her actual tail, I really actually want to have the funness of the 3 different colors as well, just to follow it all through. So I think I'm going to just randomly place my green, blue, and my pink, and we'll see how that goes once I start blending it. So that's my plan of action. But the beauty of what these pencils do is once you get blending, you can add more and wherever you feel like you need it. Okay, I got all the coloring done for her tail, and I decided I was going to use another 2 colors of my metallic colored water pencils, and the bronze and the copper. And what I will be doing is putting on the lighter one first, and then accenting it with the copper. And these are going to go for her shells and the starfish. If you notice, I'm just kind of randomly adding the darker color to have it mix and blend really nice for those 2 parts. Okay, I just wanted to give you a close-up shot of all that. Now, being as a mermaid, and I kind of wanted to go on the Little Mermaid, I am going to be doing her hair in a fabulous red. And I'm not going to be using my metallics. I will be actually using my ink tints. And the 2 colors I like when I do red hair, I mix, is a tangerine color and a poppy red. And actually, I don't start with the red. I actually will use the tangerine first, the orange, for the whole entire, and I will accent with the poppy red. Great. I just got a little orange on her face. So hopefully that will go away. If not, it'll be interesting. Now, if you notice, I'm just kind of doing little spurts of red throughout her whole hair. I'm not necessarily coloring it, but there's lines. So that is going to blend pretty cool with that orange to make it a fun red. Oh, darn it. See, you see me in action and you see me do a bloop. Okay, so I'm going to actually get to the skin color. Maybe I need to make her darker skinned now for the fact that I have that nice little orange coloring going across her face. So this time around I'm actually using my the Julie Nutting ones because I like her pencils for the skin tones. Okay, I think I'm going to use those 2 because I do want to go darker. She's a girl of the sea, so I'm sure she has a wonderful tan. So again, I'm going to start with the lighter one. And then I accent with a darker one. And once I get her skin all blended out with the fabric medium, I can always tell if I actually need to go even a 3rd color with lightness to her skin. So and this is another way, obviously everybody colors differently. I wanted the swirly action on the tail because I wanted that to kind of, if it does show any stroke lines, it will show swirly stroke lines versus the up and down motion that I'm doing here. You want a good pressure, but you don't want a very tough pressure, because I've used like a major line to my advantage and if you want to do plaids or things, but they don't blend out. If you want that line, it'll be there. Okay, so let me just kind of swirl in a little bit of the darker. See how that goes. Oh, I forgot. I need to use my blue. I figured I'm going to do blue for her headband. Just straight blue. Be really pretty with her red hair. And she is done. All colored. Next up, we get to use our fabric medium and start blending her all in to make her look like she's painted. Okay, this is where I'm going to lay down some, this is press and seal or saran wrap or whatever you want to do over your place where you want to add your fabric medium. And this is for seepage, because what you're working with is liquid and it will bleed through. I also am putting down a paper towel just for a little bit more absorption, and then my girl on top of there, just like so. And bear with me while I'm painting. I might be moving her around so I can get a better angle. And maybe you can see a little bit better. I should have probably done that when I was coloring. So forgive me, this is my first art video. I'm used to doing things on the sewing world. Okay, if you notice, I just put my palette of, I have a little dip of water. I will also put some of the fabric medium, okay, in there. This is the regular stuff. I will be using the regular stuff, which is more liquidy, for her hair and her skin. The reason why is I don't want it any glitz, or I could, but I just choose not to. The other one I will be working with today is this Ink Fusion, and it has little gold shimmery to it. Even though I used metallic colored pencils, it actually works better and more metallic looking on black fabric or black paper. So I am going to add a little bit more shine and shimmer. But I love the colors of the metallics, so even if I'm using it on my lighter surface, or if you go and use it on the blacks and the darker things, you're going to get, I think, the effect that you want. So I'm going to start out with her tail first, and everything that I want with the gold. And this is what you do. You just dip in a little bit and you start blending. Now if you notice, I'm being extremely careful along my edges, because even though it is thicker than water and is for fabric, you still have a chance of running and bleeding through your stitching barrier. And if you don't stitch your stamping, then you have to be extra careful. So if you notice, I'm taking a little bit at a time to do sections. And I'm making my little mat that turns, I'm taking advantage of that. turning my girl to me. How cool is that? Now, when I look at it and it's still in the wet form, I can come back and put more pencil if I wanted to in different areas to add more, blend more. That's up to you. That's your artist eye. I actually don't mind my blended layers on her. It almost looks like it's scalloped and it's supposed to be kind of wavy like that. So I'm just going to actually leave her. What I am going to do though, before I use my gold as well to the shell, to this, well, her shells, I'm actually going to dip it in my water because it has all the blue to it and all those other fun colors, and I kind of want to wipe as much as I can off from that when I go into the bronzes and that copper. So now I just blend carefully with a smaller touch. Blend the star. Starfish, sea star. I think the correct term is sea star. But we, as kids, always called it a starfish. There we go. I'm going to turn her around because that's wet and I don't want my hand on top of that. And the other thing too is that since I went with a darker skin tone, if her shells are a little more blended with her skin tone, once we get that blended out, then I may add something to that. I think they look good. Okay, the other thing I actually need to do with the gold is I forgot is her little hairband, which was in blue. So let's just get that one. All we have left to do is her skin and her hair. And I think I'm actually going to go for the skin first because it is a lighter color than her red hair. That's my personal preference. And hopefully it's going to work out. But if you notice, I'm not dipping in my gold ink fusion anymore. I'm dipping in the regular fabric medium, and it is more liquidy and watery, and so I am not starting right at the edge, but I'll blend out to the edge. I'm sorry you can't see that. So I'm starting in the middle and I'm blending it out to the edge. What I actually almost found too is the fact that when you blend and you get the knack of where you kind of want your pencils and the highlights and the different color definitions, you can pretty much do that with the coloring, and then all you have to do is blending and you don't have to go back. which is really fun. Just comes with practice and knowing your colors and practice on another exact piece of fabric with those same, and find your wings on that. Ooh, I love it. I love her skin. Isn't that fabulous? I think I did good. I don't think I'm gonna have to, well, for this arm and shoulder, I'm not gonna have to add any more. I like this. I'm gonna have to write down these two colors for skin tone for a tanned beach babe. I'm just hoping my orange line bloop on her face when I was doing her hair will blend and mold. I don't know if I'll be so lucky there. Okay. I wonder if you can see me do this upside down. Nope. Right. Ooh. All right. Trying to blend out my orange line here. I think I did it. Thank goodness for forgiving pencils, watercolors. Not bad. Just looks like she has a little darker shadow. Not bad at all. Nice. Okay. I think we're done with her skin. She's looking pretty good. All we have left to do is her hair now. Can you see? How fun is that? Cool. All right, so let's get her hair going. Her nice red hair. And if you notice, I may not have colored with a swirl, but a lot of times I'll kind of paint with a swirl or a dab, like a dab, dab, dab. When it's in tough places. It's a dab, 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 or it's a swirl. If I feel like I didn't get enough red or enough orange, I can always add more. Okay, I'm going to try a little bit more orange. That got a little pink, I thought. There we go. That's better. See how I just evened that up? Just with a smidge bit of orange. Fun. I think my mermaid under the sea is looking quite magical.